What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the middle six of the Victory Trilogy Challenge that took place in Macomb, Illinois in July-ish. It has been so long since I have revisited this, and I think I just need to finish this project and move on to other ones. So, through 6 holes, we have James Johnson playing pretty well at +1, myself at +3, Robin at +5, and Avery hanging in there at +6. We are entering a stretch of holes that are actually pretty hard. This one is a pretty tough par 3. You really want to just push through those woods, get some sort of look towards the basket. Otherwise, you are fighting for bogey on this one. This is a really, really hard par 3. James, as the lefty, has a huge disadvantage on this particular hole, and he's off on the left, which is the worst side to be in. Avery, not exactly known for his backhand. He's got a bomb forehand, but that is a great shot. Backhand looks like he's going to be right on the edge there. Robin, he plays this hole pretty well normally. He's just a tad bit inside, and it looks like he got kicked down to the middle of the fairway, so a good tree kick there. Here is James throwing his second from the woods. He's eyeing up something high and left there. It looks like that's not the play he wants to go with. This is absolute jail. I've been here. Basically, the only thing you have is to try to pitch up to the right side of this tunnel. Then from there, you'll have a clear shot at the basket. But even as a lefty, that is a lot harder. So goes forehand and hits another tree. So not great luck here for James on this very punishing righty backhand hole. This is his third shot. He did this forehand roller with the Warship earlier, had a pretty good result, so smart play for him here, just trying to pitch up through the gap. It's a little sunny out there, but it looks like he made it. So he'll have a look for his bogey somewhere. Here's Robin. Looks like we may have missed Avery's second shot. Robin with his spike hyzer that he likes to go on with putter approach shots. And here we get to James. My throw is right up there to the left, so a pretty decent result for missing my line. This is his shot for bogey. Nice little pitch up. That's a tap and double. Definitely a punishing hole and a pretty rough score to take. So this is for my birdie. It looks like I'm right at the edge of circle 2, maybe outside. Jump putt. Had it on the right line. It was just a little bit low. I'll be tapping in a par, which honestly feels like birdie on this hole. This is a super, super tough and technical hole. Really hard to get the 2 on. Here's Avery for his par. Nice, safe upshot. That's a bogey is a decent score on this one. You're not losing strokes to a ton of people if you get 4s. Robin tapping in his 3. It's a good putt. James tapping in his 6. A little high, but it catches. Avery for 4. It's a good score on this hole. And I'm tapping in my 3. Moving on to hole number 12. I have now tied James Johnson at 24 strokes. Avery and Robin. Robin is not far behind with his par. Avery drops back a little bit with his 4. This hole is definitely one for the sidearm / lefty. I've been working on my forehand a lot, but that was not a very good forehand. I think I was counting on more flip with the Sapphire, but I didn't quite get it. Robin has a much better forehand. Gets it a little high. I can barely see it in the sky. But he's going to be farther on the right side, which is a better position than me. I am tight on the right side, which there's literally no shot from there. As a lefty, this is a good shot for James. And the headwind thing we had This park is known for swirly wind conditions that just pushed over the Sapphire, It looked like he got close to the road, but it actually was not as bad as it looked. He should be up there on the hillside. Avery, with his really powerful forehand, puts too much power into the disc, and that also turns over with that wind. So this is probably at least 250, if not 300 from the pin from here. So this is basically another tee shot for James. Can't even see the disc. There it is. Okay, so he is going to be putting from the edge of circle 2 for a par. Avery moving fast again. Gets a little bit over on what appeared to be his worship. That's going to be a long look for par as well. I do not have much here. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to go up and over, or kind of a forehand through the right side or through the left side. There really wasn't a whole lot here, so I'm just going to try to get the driver, maybe fade a little bit. I just put too much power on it, too much anhyzer. It never came out. That's an edge of circle look for par. Robin likes to do the spike hyzer putt. So this, that looked more like a layup. Good result though. Getting a par on this one is not bad. All right, so here's where Avery and James are kind of following each other on the fairway a little bit. Avery's going to give this a run with his warship. It looks like a really good bid. It just went past the basket. He's going to have a comebacker attempt for bogey. Some John going on between cards. It's fun to watch. Just kind of teasing each other, trash talking each other. That's the kind of stuff I like seeing in local disc golf leagues. And the Macomb disc golf area really has a great group of people. So fun times playing in this tournament for sure. All right, James for his par. This is a long bid. He's a great putter, so this seems like something he can easily do. That was an inch from being perfect, and now it rolls to about 20, 25 feet. That should be a little scary from there. So this is me for my par from probably 35-ish feet away. And missing right, that's going to be a bogey for me. The only one who can save us on this card is Robin. He's going to unofficially mark his lie with his driver. But this is an unsanctioned tournament, so we could have done whatever we wanted. James is a little high. That's an uncharacteristic miss from him. He'll be tapping in his second straight double bogey. And Robin putting for par, and I don't know if he was trying to compensate for the headwind, but his just clanged off the cage. Avery's going to go to the turbo. He's a great overhand putter. That one's just a little bit low. That tailwind probably affected his turbo putt a little bit. James tapping in his double here. And myself for for bogey. That's about a 13-footer. So not a great hole for us on hole 12. Hole 13 is a chance to make it back. This one plays pretty well for the backhand turnover, lefty backhand or righty sidearm. There are a number of ways you could approach this hole. I am going with the righty turnover / flex play, trying to get this down towards the basket. I hit the line, I get a little too much turn on it, but that pushed pretty far forward. I should have a nice look at the basket over there. Robin going for the turnover line himself. He goes a little wide and he hits a karate branch that just spikes him straight down to the ground. That's going to be a tough up and down for par for him. Here's James. This hole does favor the lefty a little bit, and that is looking really great. A little too turned over. If there was a little bit more on hyzer, it could have skipped a little bit. Here's Avery, forehand. That looks great. Could have pushed a little farther, but He's going to be putting from circle 2. You can see his disc there kind of on the right side of your screen, leaning against the tree. Here's Robin. This again sets up for his spike hyzer approach. Kind of a little high, and that tree almost drops him into the basket. That was a very fortunate tree. He'll be putting for par. Avery for birdie. Nice floaty bid. That was looking absolutely great. It looks like it might have hit the cage, but that should be an easy par for him. That's a great way to give it a soft bid but stay near the basket. So good shot from him. Here's James for birdie. Leaves it a little wide to the left. All right, so here's where I landed. About circle 2. I get almost everything right, but as with so many of these greens on this course, they're kind of built onto a hill, so rollaways happen all the time. So I have a circle 2 comebacker. It looks like maybe edge of circle, and with these EMAC judges, I just haven't been putting well. So I'm going to be tapping in my 4, while everyone else will be taking 3s. So great hole from James, Avery, and Robin, taking out some frustration on the basket a little bit. A little bit of a disappointing 4 for me. I was in position for the birdie, but wasn't able to take it. So some easy tap-ins, though. Good putt from James. Avery and Robin tapping in their 3s as well.
Hey guys, I hope you're enjoying the video so far. I wanted to take 1 minute and review the Westside Discs Warship. The Warship is a 5-speed, 6 glide, 0 turn, 1 fade mid-range. This disc is so awesome. It holds whatever line you put on it flat. It'll kind of turn, but it'll finish dead straight. And hyzer, it'll just pan the entire way, and hyzer, it'll just hold a really soft hyzer and fade ever so gently at the end. This is an amazing disc. Definitely my go-to in my bag for this tournament, and a go-to in my real bag for future tournaments. Definitely check out one of these guys if you're looking for that max glide, really controllable mid-range to fit right about your buzz, but with a little bit of extra glide and distance. So the Warship, amazing disc. Go check one out. Hope you enjoy the rest of the video.
Yeah, so the Warship, super awesome disc, super helpful for this round. Definitely made it enjoyable to play this round, partially because of the quality of the discs we had. So James and I still tied for the lead, or retied for the lead after the bogey I had. Robin hyzer flipping this Sapphire to perfection, getting it up there past the tree. That's going to be a pretty good look for the birdie on this one. There's James. Lots of anhyzer on that one, but it looks like it's fighting back. That's also a great shot. He's got a little more trees to contend with. Avery moving fast again. Little too much turn on that one, but if he hit a tree, he should be out of the rough there on the right. These Sapphires, they're a little bit more stable than I thought they'd be. I can't tell if this is Avery's first shot or a pitch out, but the basket is up to the left. And he's going to be pitching up for probably a 4. Yeah, the Sapphires, they're a little bit more overstable than I anticipated. They definitely fight back with that fade. So I hadn't quite figured out how much hyzer to put on them yet. And looks like James left his really tight, and that's going to be a tough birdie putt. So this is me for the 2. Going to try to give this one a soft bid. Got some nice wind bounces. It never really hyzered back, but that should be a putt for the birdie. Here's Robin lining up his spike hyzer putt, and that is also too tight. So we had 2 approaches that were tight hyzers that are going to make the putts really hard. Avery, again, coming so close, giving that a nice safe bid. That's exactly what you want on a hole like this. Just give it a chance. Excuse me, give it a chance and let it drop close to the basket. James, another one off the cage. Robin high on his approach. So it looks like we're going to have a couple fours from Robin, Avery, and James. Avery tapping his in. Robin just makes his in, sneaks it left corner. Alrighty, this is me for birdie. I can't remember if I've made a birdie yet today, and I just sneaked it in right side. That is not a confidence boosting putt, but a birdie is a birdie and I will take it. Moving on to hole number 15, par 4, 466 feet. Basically just throw it as far as you can off the tee, land somewhere at the top of the hill, and then give it a nice approach. This is a hard 2 to get, but it is technically possible and reachable for, I would say, for all of us here. It may require a throw-in, but I think that we could all get a 2 on this one. Here's me with my Sapphire, getting a nice balance there of hyzer, some nice turn, a lot of forward pushing glide, and late flight fade. That one looked and felt great. Probably my best drive so far of the day. Robin getting a little bit high. It's getting lost in the brightness of the sky a little bit. But that's definitely in play for the 3. I think we're the park to make some improvements to the course. Oh, great throw out of James too. I think the basket would be best pushed up into the trees there on the left side of your screen, making it a trickier approach shot. Avery with a nice Anheuser drive. He's got a super powerful forehand. His backhand is not as powerful as his forehand, but he compensates well, getting the full glide out of that disc. That is a great throw to put him in position for the 3. Robin again with a nice spike hyzer approach. That's going to be left a little wide that time, compensating for leaving it tight the last time. Avery in good position for the birdie on this one. Gets the right angle on the disc. It's just a little short. He'll have one of those floaty circle 2 bids again that he's been so close on. You almost feel like it's time for him to connect. Here's James. He's been on a little bit of a rough stretch here. That'll play. That'll putt from about 20 feet. And here is my drive. Definitely one of my best drives on this hole, putting me edge of circle 2. I have not been putting very well with these EMAC judges though, so left it short, but that's a birdie tap-in. Yeah, so I think were they to move this basket up into the grove right there, then that would make it automatically a hole that's another one so close for Avery. That makes this hole a genuine par 4. It definitely would tighten up the approach and make it a more balanced and fair par 4. Robin with a close bid there. So Macomb Park District, if you're watching this video, consider moving that basket up there. It'll make it a more balanced par 4 instead of a tweener. Nice little basketball putt from Avery and a great cleanup by James to get his birdie. That'll eliminate the at least one of the strokes he gained on 11 and 12. Hole 16, par 3, 309 feet. This one is a nemesis hole for me. The bushes on the right really come into play. If you push deep enough into them, kind of on the left side of those bushes, then you will have a look for the easy up and down for par. This one is hard with the ceiling and the slope and the bushes. This is a tricky par 3, and you can't turn one over into the bushes over there. That is absolute jail. James, this plays decently well for the lefty turnover, but he got that one tight as well. We are going to be in similar positions. Really, really tricky upshots from there. Robin with the forehand. He kind of gets it clean. I think he missed his line, but he's up there putting for his 2. That is a scary, scary putt, but a decent one. Avery going with the force over backhand. And that was so close to being very good. Looks like we missed a next throw. He is looking at a tough shot for his par right here. I don't know if he's running it, and that is scary when you go in there. Okay, so here's what James is looking at. Not a whole lot. He's trying to get one closer to the basket, but he's going to have to probably do one of those forehand rollers. At least he's left-handed. That allows him to get a chance anyway. But this is not a great position. That's a very unfortunate lie, and he almost got caught in it again, but that should be a good out for his 4. I'm somewhere in there. Oh, and there's where my throw landed. So that was total jail. I'm lucky to get up to that point. Robin with a decent bid. But again, these greens are really tricky with the slopes, and discs can roll away like that. So Robin, who had the best drive off the tee, is looking at picking up his par. He just skips off the cage. He will be getting a bogey. This is me for par. If I save this par from where I was, that would be insane. I pick it up. That honestly feels like a birdie, especially where I was off of the tee. Avery overhanding his in for the 4, I think. James for 4.
I don't know how I was able to scramble
and
save my par.
Robin for 4 here as well. So a little bit of a rough ending there for us. The back 9 is definitely really hard. After 12, I am up 3 on James, 4 on Robin, and Avery still hanging in there at plus 12. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the last 6.